So Sergey Kovalev knocks out Ismayl Sillakh in the second round. Devastating performance. Devastating performance. I know Sillakh is not the greatest fighter in the world. He certainly hasn't really got any credentials at world level. And he was exposed by Denis Grachev. But nonetheless, Sillakh came into the ring with very awkward tactics. He was running around the ring all over the place, using his foot speed, trying to offset Sergey Kovalev's balance. And in the first round, he was having moderate success with it. The first round was close, but you could have definitely given it to Ismayl Sillakh because he was buzzing around the ring like a little mosquito, you know, throwing some pesky, annoying little punches out there. For the most part, Kovalev was catching him on his shoulders and gloves and, you know, moving out of range and stuff like that, taking half a step back to avoid some shots. But he did get caught with a couple little glancing blows, but nothing significant, nothing to make you think that Kovalev had any defensive problems in this fight. I think he was just sizing Sillakh up in the first round, just looking at him and seeing what he was like and which way he would move and seeing what his speed and power and balance was like, etc., etc. Then in the second round, Kovalev struck like a cobra. Right? And this guy's got power in both hands. I believe it was a left-right combination, a left hook right hand combination in the second round, which dropped Ismayl Sillakh. And Sillakh was seriously hurt. Right? He got off the canvas, referee allowed it to continue, Kovalev stepped in again, and down went Sillakh again, nearly knocked out unconscious. Right? Devastating power, devastating performance. Now, I have to say again, yes, Ismayl Sillakh has shown punch resistance issues in previous fights. Denis Grachev, who I don't think is a great puncher, managed to stop Ismayl Sillakh. All right, so we have to take that into consideration. But looking at Kovalev, looking at his balance, the way he throws his shots, he you know, to me, he looks like a tremendous puncher, not just a normal big puncher, a tremendous puncher. You know, and on this evidence, again, it's hard to compare power when you're dealing with different opponents. But on this evidence, I would say Kovalev maybe does hit harder than Adonis Stevenson, as incredible as that is, because Stevenson is a tremendous puncher himself. But I would say Kovalev also has more even punching power in terms of his left and his right, whereas Stevenson is more left-hand dominant. Kovalev has power in his left and his right hand, and I think he's just a bit more technically sound than Stevenson. You know, I think his balance is a bit better than Stevenson's balance. The way he moves around the ring and cuts off the ring is much better than Stevenson, you know. So I was impressed with the performance. Again, the competition wasn't the greatest competition, but I didn't see much wrong in there from Sergey Kovalev. I thought it was a very impressive performance, and I think Stevenson is going to be worried looking at that. Yeah, and I know the fans over there in Canada are going to be able to directly compare Kovalev's performance to Stevenson's performance against Tony Bellew. And they're going to start asking questions like, yo, Adonis, when are you going to fight Kovalev? This guy's for real. You know, so yeah, I was impressed by the performance. Great power. I thought he showed good, excellent technique. I'm not saying he's invincible. No fighter is invincible. You know, Kovalev apparently has been stopped in the amateurs, dropped in the pros. I believe his first fight with Darnell Boone was actually very competitive. So, and obviously, Stevenson was knocked out by Darnell Boone in his first fight, his first loss. So, Kovalev certainly has weaknesses of his own. All right, he's not infallible, but based on his form of late, he's looked extremely impressive. Extremely impressive. So, I'm looking forward to seeing where he goes from here and if they can get that fight on with Stevenson. And if Stevenson ain't willing to fight Kovalev, maybe Kovalev can go and fight Hopkins or go and eliminate one of the other people who Stevenson wants to fight and try and force Stevenson into fighting him. You know, go over and, you know, if he can beat Hopkins, I mean, a lot of people probably doubt that he can, but if he can beat Hopkins and maybe stop him or whatever, beat him convincingly, where's Stevenson going to go then? There's going to be no one left. All right, so he might be able to force that fight into happening. So, yeah, anyway, drop your comments below. Let me know how you felt Kovalev did in this fight. Let me know where you see him going forward in his career. What do you think he should do if Stevenson is unwilling to step in the ring with him? Yeah, drop your comments below. This is Hatman. I'm out.